So I'm back at a spot that I fished before. This time I learned where to park, and we're gonna see if we can catch any of these early season trout. All my buddies have been catching trout already for the past couple days. They've had the days off work and they've, got to rope them. So hopefully it's my turn. Let's see what we get. Let's talk a little bit about the techniques that I'm using here at the creek. Now, the banks here are really steep, about 3-foot drop off of where I'm standing, so it's kind of difficult to get a good presentation down. I'm using an inline spinner, a jerkbait, and eventually a Trout Magnet to try and get to these fish that are hiding in the current breaks and in the little seams that are in between the different structures that have fallen into the creek, like log jams or anything else that might be creating current break, a rock, a stump, anything that will give a trout a chance to get out of the main current and a chance to rest and then feed whenever they feel like, as the current brings them food. Stock trout are not very instinctual because they grow up in a concrete prison and don't know how to feed properly. So a lot of reaction baits and flashy objects will get their attention. A lot of times you'll see them follow or they'll short strike, and getting them to bite is the most difficult thing, convincing them that they should eat this fake lure rather than the pellets that they've been giving thus far in their lives. Ooh! All right. I think I might have something going here. Here we go. First trout of the year. He's a little guy. On the Tracdown Minnow. Beautiful rainbow. Let's talk a little bit about fish handling. Now, because the banks are steep here, it's hard for me to get down to the water, wet my hands like I normally would. And these are stocked fish, so I don't really have any high hopes of them surviving. Do the best you can. Try not to drag them on the ground. Don't lip them. Don't squeeze them like a hot dog. Oh, got another one. They only put baby trout in here? All right. Action is picking up here. Nice rainbow. Oh, I think that was a follow. With the inline spinner and the jerkbait, I like to cast across the current and then bring it back to me, so that way the fish get a good look at it as it drifts down. There we go. Oh no, he's up in the tree. Yeah, I found a honey hole here. It took me a while to get them to bite. But they're really getting revved up now. I am letting my bait sink a little more than I was earlier. I think I was too geared up to actually go fish and catch something. I need to calm down a little bit. Let my spinner get down there and do its thing. Oh no. Oh, yep, came free. Oh, he's down in there. That one's a little bigger. Not by much. I'd rather force them into the water than drop them on the ground. You know, this is not an easy place to fish. There's thorns everywhere, bushes, trees in the water. You've got to be really accurate with your casting, otherwise you're going to lose your bait. So I switched over to a Trout Magnet. I've never caught a trout on a Trout Magnet, but I've caught lots of other fish. So we'll see if it'll work. I'll tell you what, it is super light and hard to cast. The package says I should use a bobber, but we'll see how we do without it. It's almost like that Euro nymphing technique that all the fly fishermen are using. Basically a jig head with a fly tied to it. You hold your rod high and tight and let it drift down. First trout ever on a Trout Magnet. Very interesting way to fish. You throw it out there, you let it drift, and then when they yank it, you have one. Is this a trout? He's caught in the brambles. He's not touching the ground. Pretty rainbow. And released. At this point, I had cracked my jerkbait in half, lost a whole bunch of trout magnets to the bottom, and the only thing I have left are inline spinners, which is a-okay because they seem to be turned on. Ooh, got him. That one's a little bigger. You're free. So once again, I'm casting across the current. We've got a whole bunch of cover here on the left, creating a choke point, and a lot of current going by it. The trout seem to be stacked up right by that cover, and they're darting out and hitting the spinner as it passes by. So you have to be a little finesse with your casting. You have to be a little more deliberate to make sure that you get it close in. That way you get that fish to react as it comes by. Had another swipe at it. With stock trout, if you found one, it seems like you found a bunch of them. When they live in the raceway, they school together and they move in packs. And when they get put into the wild, they have a similar type of behavior. So if you find one, stick to that spot for a little bit and see if you can find some more. Oh, that one's a little bigger. I caught a pickerel on my bobber. He snagged on my bobber by his teeth. And somehow got the hook in him. I should be throwing top water.